They are geniuses, but they use their brilliant minds in the most cruel ways possible. Masters of manipulation, coldness, and destruction. These characters prove that intelligence can be just as deadly as any weapon. In today's video, you're going to meet the 5 smartest and most ruthless characters in anime. Some control the world, others simply enjoy watching it burn. Get ready to dive deep into the twisted minds of these true monsters. Light Yagami, Death Note. What happens when one of Japan's greatest geniuses gains the power to kill anyone just by writing their name? The answer is simple. Kira is born. Light Yagami starts his journey as a brilliant young student. A model student, son of a respected police chief, handsome, polite, and with intelligence bordering on the supernatural. To society, he seems perfect. But that's exactly where the danger lies. When he finds the Death Note, a notebook that can take the life of anyone whose name is written inside, Light doesn't hesitate. His first thought isn't fear or doubt, it's opportunity to create a new world. A world without criminals. A world where he would be a god. And that's what makes him so terrifying. Light doesn't kill for money, revenge, or brute power. He kills for what he believes is justice. Once he declares himself Kira, he eliminates anyone he thinks deserves to die. Criminals, corrupt people, and anyone who threatens his plan. But what starts as supposed justice quickly turns into obsession. Light cannot stand being challenged, and when he realizes there are people in his way, like the legendary detective L, he doesn't hesitate to manipulate, deceive, and even kill innocent people just to protect his identity. Light's genius isn't just in using the notebook, it's in how he plays by the rules, exploits loopholes, fools even the world's best detectives, and creates plans so complex they seem impossible to unravel. He calculates every possibility, predicts moves with insane precision, and is often 5 or 10 steps ahead of his opponents. But along with his intelligence comes a chilling coldness. Light can smile right at your face, seem kind and polite, and in the very next moment, plan your death without blinking. The most disturbing part? You often find yourself rooting for him. After all, he's not a classic villain. He's the perfect anti-hero, making you question what's right and wrong. In the end, Light Yagami represents a powerful philosophical dilemma. If you had the power to decide who lives and who dies, how far would you go? Johan Liebert, Monster. True evil doesn't need to show its claws. It can destroy everything with just a word or a look. Johan Liebert perfectly embodies this concept. Johan is not a typical villain or a bloodthirsty killer. He doesn't rely on physical strength or superpowers to cause chaos. His deadliest weapon is his mind, a brain so sharp and calculating that he manipulates people and situations with terrifying ease. From a very young age, Johan displays impressive intelligence and charisma. He knows exactly what to say, how to act, and when to act to turn people against each other, destroy families, friendships, and even his victims' sanity. It's as if he plants a seed of destruction in their minds, and they take care of watering it themselves. His cruelty is psychological and subtle. Johan rarely kills with his own hands. He makes others do it for him, or causes his victims to destroy themselves. He plays with fear, guilt, and despair, exploiting each individual's weakest points. What makes Johan even more terrifying is his empty smile and calm, almost angelic appearance. This mask of innocence hides an abyss of evil. He can be friendly, charming, and kind while executing his dark plans in the shadows. Behind this facade, there is a void, a lack of empathy, and remorse that makes him unpredictable and insane. You never know what's going on inside his head, and that makes him a relentless adversary. Johan Liebert is without a doubt one of the most frightening and fascinating characters ever created in the world of anime. He represents the darkest side of human nature, the kind of evil that needs no reason. It just exists and corrupts everything around it.
全て終わりにするわ。
終わり。終わりってなんだろう。終わり。終わり。終わり。終わり。終わり。終わり。何度も何度も終わりの世界を見てきた。終わりってなんだろう。
Sosuke Aizen, Bleach. The greatest trick Aizen ever pulled was convincing the entire world he was just another soldier. Sosuke Aizen, at first glance, seems like the perfect captain. Polite, respectful, kind, and incredibly intelligent. He appears to be an ideal leader, someone who cares for his comrades and fulfills his duties flawlessly. But all of this is just a mask. Behind his calm smile and innocent-looking glasses hides one of the greatest manipulation masters ever seen in anime. Aizen didn't just deceive his allies, he deceived an entire universe. His plan was crafted over years, in complete silence, manipulating people, events, and even reality itself. Every move, every word, every action was calculated with chilling precision. No one ever suspected him, because Aizen knew exactly how to look harmless, how to seem perfect. Aizen's genius lies not only in manipulating people's minds, but also in manipulating their very senses through his Zanpakuto, Kyoka Suigetsu, which allows him to create complete hypnosis, absolute illusions where the victim cannot distinguish reality from fiction. And this is where his cruelty shines. Aizen doesn't just want to defeat you, he wants to humiliate you, break you, and dismantle you psychologically. He enjoys proving that he's always 10, 20, or even 100 steps ahead. While you think you're fighting back, planning, or escaping, you're exactly where he wants you to be. When Aizen finally reveals his true nature, his transformation isn't just physical, it's psychological. He abandons every trace of humanity, breaks every natural law, betrays those who trusted him, and challenges even the gods of his world. All with a disturbing calmness, like it's just another regular day for him. He doesn't simply want to win, he wants to become God. He wants to transcend everyone, control everything, and rewrite the very rules of the universe. Sosuke Aizen is the kind of villain who doesn't scream, doesn't lose control, doesn't make mistakes. He destroys you, calmly, coldly, while staring you straight in the eyes with a smile.
彼にエクセキアスを差し向けたのは誰だ。それはどうした。難しい質問だったかな。
Shou Tucker, Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood. Not every monster looks like a monster. Some wear lab coats and smile at you. Shou Tucker, known as the Sewing Life Alchemist, is perhaps one of the most disgusting and disturbing characters in the entire anime world. And the scariest part? He's not a villain trying to take over the world. He doesn't have overwhelming powers or grand ambitions. His cruelty comes from something far more real and far more horrifying. Tucker is, above all, an alchemist obsessed with his career. Driven by the pressure to maintain his state alchemist license, he sees his work and the recognition that comes with it as more important than anything, even more important than his own family. His specialty is bioalchemy, specifically the creation of chimeras, fusions between living beings. And that's how he first gained fame, by creating a talking chimera, an unprecedented achievement that earned him prestige, money, and status. But what almost no one knew was the true cost of that success. When the government pressures him again to produce new results, Tucker crosses a line that no human being should ever cross. He takes his own daughter, Nina, and the family dog, Alexander, and fuses them into a living chimera, a creature that retains traces of both, one that can speak, recognize people, and tragically carries the innocent soul of a child. What makes Tucker truly monstrous isn't just the act itself, but the coldness with which he tries to justify it. It was for science, for the sake of research, for my work. He says this as if he didn't just destroy the life of the only person who truly loved him. Shou Tucker represents the darkest side of obsession, where progress, science, and recognition become more important than basic humanity. He doesn't need powers, epic battles, or weapons. His cruelty comes from the most painful kind of betrayal, the one that happens inside your own home, by someone you love and trust. And that's exactly what makes Tucker one of the most hated and unforgettable villains in anime history.
もう一つ質問いいかな。
兄さん。
ああ、そういうことだ。やりやがったな。2年前はてめえの妻を、そして今度は娘と犬を使ってキメラを錬成しやがった。
Griffith, Berserk. To achieve a dream, how far would you be willing to go? And how many lives would you sacrifice along the way? This question perfectly defines who Griffith truly is. At first glance, Griffith seems like the ideal man. Handsome, elegant, charismatic, and incredibly intelligent. A natural-born leader, a brilliant strategist, and someone with words so persuasive it feels almost hypnotic. He's the kind of person who inspires thousands to follow him, even into the most brutal battles, fully believing in his dream. And that dream is crystal clear: to have his own kingdom. Not to serve someone, not to be part of someone else's army. No, Griffith wants to be a king, and for that, he believes that everything, absolutely everything, is justified. For a long time, he's seen as noble, kind, even heroic. But that image slowly crumbles when we start to understand his true nature. To Griffith, people are pieces. Pieces on a board that he moves without hesitation. And when they are no longer useful, they are disposable. He doesn't hesitate to manipulate, deceive, use, and when necessary, destroy anyone who stands between him and his dream. Even those who love him the most, trust him the most, and fought by his side without question. But the peak of Griffith's cruelty happens during the event that forever scars the story of Berserk, when he finds himself completely broken, physically, emotionally, and mentally. With no way out, he makes the ultimate choice. He activates the Behelit, the demonic artifact that grants supernatural power in exchange for a sacrifice. And the sacrifice is every single one of his comrades, those who fought, bled, and risked their lives for him. He offers every soul, every life, without a second thought, in one of the most brutal, shocking, and traumatic moments in all of anime and manga history. All of it in the name of his dream. Now tell me, in your opinion, who is the most ruthless on this list? Or, did I forget someone even worse? Let me know in the comments. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, because here you'll always find insane lists, theories, and anime facts that will blow your mind. Thanks for watching, and remember, even the smartest genius can become the worst kind of monster.